Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, we're live. Yay.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Let me be sure. Yep, it's public. So now we can go over to, I think it's on my channel. Okay, so you said, oh, hang on.
on YouTube, I just look really confused. Like,
I'm trying to find the.
Anyway,
I know. I'm trying to get back to like all my like notes and stuff. You said you took some notes too on stuff that you wanted to chat about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. It says we have 4 viewers, so I'm guessing that's you, me, Kevin, and Cassidy right now.
Yeah. Yay!
Woo, party up in here.
Well, I know like no one is awake at 9 a.m. in Japan, so.
Oh, really?
Probably.
Probably true. Man.
But that's okay.
Yeah. Do you have to work today?
No, it's the weekend, Saturday, so I don't work on.
That's nice.
Well, if you're a freelancer, you technically work every day, so.
That's true. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't have to go into an office of some sort.
Yeah, that's nice.
What are you drinking?
I am having chai tea. It's the same stuff that I had this morning. It's stash. Wow, I'm just like dripping a tea bag all over the place here.
Me and my toes are having chai tea.
Yeah, so it's you're not gonna be able to see it either because it's not gonna there. So it's a stash.
Oh, I saw on your channel or Instagram that you had this soy matcha tea.
Oh yeah.
What's that? It's so weird. I'm like, I made her run away. Okay.
Oh, I have a bunch. Okay. So I brought like 3 things. We'll just talk about what we put in our drinks right now, I guess.
So good. Collection. You should have told me. I would have gotten everything prepared.
Oh my gosh. And Elizabeth often runs up. That was earlier because I had to pee so much this morning. But so this stuff, I don't know.
Pal.
Yeah.
Organic climate green tea. Oh, so it's not a powder, it's the actual drink.
Yeah. And it's really good. It's actually kind of gross heated up, which is weird because I would think that heating it up would be better, but it's really good as like a cold latte, which is yummy. And then, like, in my tea, I put this stuff. We just found this at our grocery store.
Macadamia milk, that's so cool.
Have you ever had that before?
No, they literally, even at the foreign goods store, they're barely stocked even with coconut milk or almond milk.
Oh.
That's adventurous for Japan grocery stores. I think you can find it, but it's really hard. So a lot of people just go on iHerb or Amazon and order.
I see everybody doing iHerb. That's so crazy. Oh, hi sis, how are you? My sister is joining us.
Oh, hello.
This is Natalie. She's like, you live.
They'll probably be like, yeah, it's probably best I didn't tell them.
No.
I am also having a
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven.
Is it coffee?
Yeah.
Yummy. Yeah, it's so weird. In the morning, like in my coffee, I've been putting banana milk. Is that the weirdest thing?
What?
Yeah, it's like it's not because it tastes good, but
is it good?
Yeah, it is good. It's a little weird, like by itself, but I like it because it has all of the banana nutrients and then a little bit of protein. So I feel like I'm getting good stuff in the mornings. I don't know.
I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm faking myself, but that's fine.
The last time I was in America, like you have so many like varieties of different types of milk. I was like really taken aback.
Yes.
I'm so jealous.
Well, and you went to the Midwest area too, and so that's like dairy farm central. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
I really thought it was strange. I think I told you before, like the weirdest thing I saw there was people eat like cactuses, like cactus leaf, or
Oh
I don't know.
yeah.
That was just like sold like next to like a head of lettuce or cabbage, and I was just like,
What is that?
that's edible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin. Oh, good night, Kevin. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Oops, I'm gonna spill my tea. Um, well, gosh. So Kevin and I talked about some of this stuff earlier, but I think, again, like, we're all going to have different experiences. And so I think, like, your experience on all of this stuff will be really interesting to kind of chat about and learn about, you know?
Yeah, no, let's get started. I've got the thing you message you sent me, so we could go through the list, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess basically, like, what made you start doing YouTube?
Well, one day I just woke up. No, I think I actually didn't really watch YouTube before. I watched it mainly for, well, when I first watched YouTube, it was like for the Smosh videos, like for those funny, it's those two guys that does like comedy videos and they make fun of themselves, like, and they did a song about Pokemon and they like sang to the Pokemon theme song.
I do not know this.
Ooh, well, they're not as funny as they were before, but back in the day when I was like a teenager, those hilarious, and I just watch. That was my escape. I would watch like comedians. I read like comedic live shows that people have recorded on their phone or something, or
Yeah.
funny videos that people made. But now like people don't really do that anymore. And then I didn't really watch it that much. And then only when I came to Japan, I wanted to sort of show people, well, I didn't really want to show people what I was doing because it was a bit intrusive, but I wanted to have a connection with my family because all my family live in all over the world. And it's really hard to talk to them about things that you see or do in your day because, especially in Japan, because the culture and the lifestyle is so different, they don't really know. Like if I mention something really peculiar about Japan, let's say, I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing in Japan.
Yeah.
Natto or something. That's like, they're like, what is natto? Never seen it before. So if I have a video showing it or a picture, then they can really sort of experience Japan with me.
Yes. Yes.
And another reason was just to promote my artwork.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's what I was wondering if it was originally was for your artwork.
Yeah, originally was for artwork. I follow lots of really incredibly talented illustrators and artists online, and I thought like, sorry, I'm like rambling on now.
No, please.
I thought it was artistry was really hard industry to crack into and really hard to make money, but I feel like now with the internet, it's becoming easier and easier for artists to reach their audience. And I thought after YouTube and following these artists, I was like, oh, maybe I could do it. It's like another platform to show your work, and that's sort of what I'm steering towards.
Yeah, definitely. Do you feel like because of social media and because of, oh, I'm sorry, I did not mean to like just reveal my cat like that. Yeah, he's doing yoga or something weird. But do you think that like, do you think it's kind of like a catch-22? Like now the artist industry is like more saturated than maybe it would have been because of it, but then at the same time it provides a place that maybe people who weren't able to get their stuff out there can now get their stuff out there. Like, what do you feel about that?
That's a good point, actually. I don't know because I can't say. I only joined the I guess the artist industry after YouTube was such a big thing for artists to use. But you do see a lot of like trends forming within the art community, and a lot of, for example, there's a lot of artists that do this sort of same art. So like pretty girl with flowers surrounding her.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Japan seems to be a really trend thing to paint as well. And you'll see a lot of people like sort of copying each other and transforming that way. So I don't know, I can't really answer the question if it's like, is it better or worse before YouTube, after YouTube, because I don't know.
Okay.
But I find there's a lot of copying, a lot more opportunity for people to copy each other. And I think that's always been like a problem with the art industry.
Yeah.
Like copyright and things like that. And what is like inspiration and what is like just directly copying the artist.
Yeah, that's true. Because yeah, there's things, we talked about that earlier too, like just with YouTube, where it's like, I feel like it's totally fine to grab inspiration or see something that someone else did and you're like, oh, I really like the way they did that, so I'm going to add that into my video, versus like copying a video frame for frame. Or like the example I used before was like this one girl, she held up a pair of underwear and did like this, and she's like 10 feminine hygiene hacks. And then I literally scrolled down a little bit further and another girl had the exact same thumbnail doing the exact same thing with the exact same title. And I was like, girl, that's a little extreme. Like that's blatant copying versus copying the idea of what she's doing. So, but it's
I was thinking about, sorry.
No,
I was thinking about YouTube, like how would you copy someone on YouTube? I guess their personality, exactly the thumbnail thing. But you do see like trends for thumbnails as well on YouTube.
Yes. Yep, that's true. How do I? Oh my god, my mom's texting my boyfriend right now to try to figure out how to get to the live stream. That's so she's like, how do I get on there? Oh,
hi Elizabeth's mom.
She's not on quite yet, but she's trying.
She's not there yet. Come on, you can do it.
Do it, Mom. Oh my god, she's so cute. That's funny. Oh.
Yeah, I was talking to my mom yesterday actually.
Were you?
Yeah, and like it's funny, like I was just talking to her yesterday, so yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, one second. She said she can hear me, but she can't see me. Oh geez.
Oh dear. Is your mom good with computers?
It depends.
Yeah.
So you can't see that she's on there.
Oh, I can't see that she is on here. Well, Mom, you gotta say something, like chat to us.
So she's on, she just can't, you can't see that she's on watching it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, then hi, Mom. So okay, is she in the UK or is she in
Yeah, she's in England, in the UK.
Oh, so is most of your family there, or your sister you said lives elsewhere?
Yeah, so I have I have family in Hong Kong as well.
Oh, that's right. I wasn't sure. I was like, I know it's China or like Hong Kong.
Asia.
Yeah.
And I think some extended family in Norway.
Oh, really?
But we don't really keep in contact with them much, so.
Oh, that's cool. I'm Norwegian. I'm sure I have family there too.
And I went to Norwegian school when I was younger. So.
That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I remember at Christmas time, they'd have like an orange and you stick candles in it. Or was that the wrong one? And every Sunday following for Christmas, I just remember the Christmas celebrations. They went full out Norwegian style.
Oh wow.
Like you have a wreath, and then every Sunday leading up to Christmas, you would like light each candle. And I think there's 4 candles in total. And then we played another game where you had to find like an almond in like some porridge or oatmeal, and you'd win like a marzipan pig. Just remember that. Some sort of game.
Weird. I bet my dad would know what you're talking about. I have no idea.
Maybe he'd know.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Simple life. Norwegians.
Do you speak Norwegian?
No, not at all. I can say yeah.
How would you say hello or no?
I don't even know. Do you know?
But I don't.
No. Okay. I don't.
I should know. I mean, I've done class. I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel like I should know too. My dad would be so disappointed right now.
You'd be like, I failed you, Father. I'm sorry.
What did you say? It's not Guten Tag. That's German. Oh, Guten Nacht. That's German too. My dad speaks a lot of German because he was actually stationed over there
Really?
for Vietnam, I think.
Mm.
He's old. Yeah.
No, he's well
Seasoned.
it's all seasoned.
He's crusty. I don't know.
Fully baked. So I don't know.
Yes. Oh gosh. Oh.
Yeah. What made you? Maybe you said already, but what made you start YouTube?
Yeah. Basically because we went to, like, the first time we went to Japan, I watched a lot of YouTubers. Like, I watched a crap ton of Abroad in Japan, and then I watched like Rachel and June. They had some very like informative videos. So I just binge watched a bunch of things, and I was like, I could do this. This seems kind of fun, and I really like the Japan topic. So yeah, that's I guess why I started.
Yeah, I've heard of Japan stuff like is very, very raw, like British humor, and I'm actually amazed. It's incredible. I think it's great that he's doing so well because it's like he's actually really funny, and I thought like a lot of British humor sometimes just goes over people's head.
It does. It's
Over
very
sarcastic, or maybe it's like kind of offensive, but it's tongue in cheek.
yeah. It's totally that like subtle sarcasm that sometimes it's like, is he being serious or is he joking?
You actually have mental issues. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how I got into it, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, let's find. I keep going away from the list and then it like gets deeper and deeper in these texts.
I know, it's like scrolling.
I probably should just put it in a note instead. That would be way smarter. Haha. Oh, so like when I was doing the live video last time, like this was like you had brought up a good point that this would be an interesting thing to do this, which is why we're doing it really. But like kind of like YouTube politics and stuff. And so
Let's talk about all the people we hate.
oh my gosh. No, I'm just I mean, I'm having tea, so like we can serve this. Exactly. Oh my gosh. It's funny though, because it's like there are times like, you know, we've kind of built up this little community where we talk and it's like really cool that it doesn't seem like there's a lot of, is it pretense the word? Like I don't see anybody as competition, but I also don't see anybody as less than because they have less subscribers or because they put out less, you know, like I don't see that, but I feel like other people focus on that. And especially in the J-vlogging community, it's like you see like how it becomes kind of like high school where there's like the popular group and then there's like the not very popular group. And then there's like these people who it's like, who the hell are they?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, no. Well, I've always been on. Sorry, I can't talk today.
I'm going through puberty.
I mean, when I first came to Japan and like got into watching YouTube videos, I mainly watched because Japan was so different. I didn't know how to get around and like, so I think that's what attracted me to watching YouTube. And I will say there is a core group.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just gonna say it. There is a core group, and what makes that core group so like attractive to people, I guess maybe Japan. There's something about Japan. I'm not sure because I don't really see these core groups in other countries, or maybe there are, but I have no idea. And it seems like people are trying to get in that core group, and it's very exclusive. Well, it's not that exclusive, but.
Like kind of, it depends.
Kind of, yeah. It's exclusive, but the only thing that makes it attractive is the exclusivity. I don't think it's not necessarily the people in the group, but the fact that it is a group makes it like, it's like high school, like you want to be part of the popular kids.
Yeah.
And I find it really funny that it's like, it's really is an extension of high school. And it's like, I guess we haven't all grown up from it yet, but
Yep.
but I don't know how it's formed. Like, is it because Japan is so hard to get into? It's like hard country to, like, I don't know, the flight is hard. It's like the moving there is hard or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes Japan so attractive. So mix in this core group and then the fact that Japan is really trendy place to go and everyone wants to go there and you get to see the lifestyles of these people. I just find it a bit like, it's kind of interesting to analyze in each other's lives and how people leave and come and go and then come back in. And then I think sorry, I can go on a long
No,
time.
please do. I'm finding this interesting. So
Yeah, but it's sort of like there's the rules of the game, of the core group game, and if you don't want to get hurt or like affected by it in a negative way, I think the best way is just not to play the game.
Sure.
And because I've seen people like really care about being a part of this core group, and they can't get in for whatever reason. And it's not necessarily based on looks or based on popularity. It's sometimes just based on like whoever is the leader of that core group. Sorry, I'm not getting too into it.
No, please. I'm finding this super interesting. I don't think we're like being too specific to where it's dangerous territory or anything.
I'm just like, I don't want to get some like emails from people like.
No, I mean, stop yourself when you feel like it's getting crazy. But so far I feel like it's pretty tame.
Yeah, but it's interesting though, because it's not only in the YouTube community. I see it in the art community as well. There is a clique or group within the art community, and I just try to stay away from all of it because it's sort of well, I'll use the art community as an example. So the art community there's like a cool person, and what's happening now is they
She.
What's happening is oh god, I'm
It's
really
fine.
bad at this. That person is sort of like collecting their group of people to like group of followers, I guess. And they are sort of I'm failing on this.
No, it's fine.
They are using these people to get more popular, but he's not actually helping these other artists. They're surrounding him thinking, oh, if I know this guy, he'll promote my work, he'll connect me to this ABC, but actually it's the reverse. He's actually using them. More people have heard his name and know about him than actually helps that person, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And maybe that is similar to how things are in the YouTube community. I'm not really sure but I just like watching it. It's sort of like all the drama and all the stuff there is like a trash mug for me. I'm just like, it's eating popcorn in the car.
Yeah, it is kind of like our own brand of soap opera type thing because there is, there's like kind of like those politics and like we were talking about it, Kevin and I, a little bit. Obviously not naming names or specific people, but it's like some people, like I feel like with most of us and then some other people that we know and have talked with and stuff, they're good about interacting, they're good about inclusion, and they're good about having like an inclusive sense of community, which I think is really cool. And even with non-YouTubers, like there are people who are on our channel, like Keith. Hi, Keith. He just joined, but he's he always interacts, and it's always super awesome to get these people interacting with you and being a part of like your community and stuff. And then I watch some people who it's almost like, I don't know if it's an elitist attitude or if it's just the stance that they've taken, but they don't respond or they don't interact, or they only interact with certain people and they'll never interact with other people. And it's kind of like, but why? Like, you're just a YouTuber, like get over yourself.
Yeah, well, it's just, that type of person, they're they're really carefully choosing what they do and what they're publicly seen as doing, and it's all. It's like, I guess, I don't know, like Hollywood, like you really have to care about your public image. And I feel like there's a certain personality type that really, it's really hard. I'm talking about semantics, but I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, I think the downside of YouTube would be, the great side is you can promote yourself. It's like the average person can build their audience and have, like, show what their craft or their skills and show the thing that they're really good at and really show, like, internationally everybody. Whereas in, like, Hollywood, you'd have to, like, go through so many hoops to get to, like, that star.
Yep.
YouTube provides a platform for everyone to do. And I think some people can take that out of hand. And the negative side is you just end up, like, it's a perfect place for narcissism, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And the narcissistic types of personality types. And it's interesting for me to just watch how they operate, like how they choose who they talk to, when they talk to, what is seen, like who they're talking with, and yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, that does make sense to an extent. Like, I understand for some of these people, you know, it is a business at the same time, especially if you are making money. But like you and me, like if we were to comment on someone's video, I don't think either of our channels are out of anyone's line of like appropriateness or like someone you should avoid because they're gonna make you look bad. Like, I don't think you and I would invoke that or show that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like most of the YouTuber, the J bloggers, at least that I've come across, except for like a few, seem like they're very non-offensive, like very low-key, whatever. But yeah, it's interesting that there's that kind of.
Well, I think it's really hard. It's a really hard topic to talk about. So I'm sort of like, oh gosh, what have I gotten myself into? But some people are very, very kind and very genuine. But
yes.
And I have, like, there's nothing to say bad about them. But also, when you think about it, those personality types, they're being nice to you for a reason. They don't. If you're known as being a mean person, your views will go down, your subscribers will go down, people won't follow you. But if you're nice, but behind the scenes you're really not, like, people can't tag you and be like, oh, you're a terrible person, you did this to me, because you've been so nice publicly. Your public image is being a really nice person.
That's true.
Sometimes, especially in YouTube, unfortunately, it's an act. This niceties. And some people are actually genuine. So it's just fine. Sometimes it's really hard to figure out who is the nice person and who isn't. But
that's true.
Over a long period of time, you can tell, like, who is genuine and who isn't.
Yeah, that's true. There is sometimes people slip up and they kind of tell in their videos. I was watching this one, again, not saying who, but they were interacting with another person, and the way that they interacted with that other person, I don't think that they realized that they kind of showed their true colors. And I was like, ooh, that's weird. Like,
yeah,
a little interesting there.
Yeah, especially if it's an act. Like, it takes a lot of energy to try and, like, be nice if you're not naturally nice.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because it's like everyone's human, everyone makes mistakes. So I find at the end of the day, these types of people are it's exhausting. And at the end of the day, are you really happy? Like, you're not having genuine relationships. You're not having, like, it takes a lot of energy to have this upkeep of public image. And I think that's why a lot of celebrities just sort of completely go bonkers and break down.
I agree. Oh my gosh. I think about that too with celebrities here, especially because it's like everybody has bad days. So like this one time, Amy Adams came into our store. And
I love that.
She was super nice, and now we have the same jacket. But she came in with her husband and her daughter, and like she was really nice. Like she talked to me like I was just a human being, like not like she was a celebrity or like thought that she was cooler because she makes $1 million and I'm making like $10 or whatever. That's not true, but I make $1 million too. But you know, it was refreshing. But then it's funny because my coworker had a different experience with her when he worked in New York, and said that she was an absolute like mega B to him, and was like, really, because she was so nice, like so just very nice. But he did say that was right after Philip Seymour Hoffman had died, and they had just worked on something, and so she was looking for what he thought was funeral clothes. So it could have something to do with it.
Probably.
Yeah, but it does show the human side.
Yeah. Like you can't be perfectly happy and jolly and everyone's friend all the time, and like relationships take time and effort, and spreading yourself too thin, I guess.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, so Keith said it seems like there are some factions within YouTube world. Oh, totally.
Yeah, I think there are, and like people could place even you and me in a faction.
Yeah.
I don't want to be labeled, but people will label us whatever they want. And I think all we can do is just like ignore it, do our own thing. And at the end of the day, if you're producing incredible videos like you already are, the work shows, like your work like will show over time. Like because your videos are good and your content is good.
Yeah.
Which I'm slowly working on.
What'd you say?
Which I'm slowly working on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh. What is up with this year? I feel like this year it has been so hard to maintain like the motivation and like a schedule to get videos out. Like
yeah, because how long have you been doing YouTube actually?
I think technically, I just looked this up. I think technically it's been like 2 years, but because I put a couple of videos out and then I didn't do it for like 6 months because
life.
I think it was life, or maybe I got scared or something. I really don't remember 2 years ago, so it's really hard for me to tell you. But then yeah, like after, like leading up to going to Japan and then after Japan, the first time I think really solidified that that was something that I did want to do. So yeah, now it's been like a year and a half of solid work, I think.
Wow, congratulations.
Oh, thanks. How about you?
I think I was similar to you. I did the first video I put up, I don't remember, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, but I wasn't being consistent. And then the end of last year, I was trying to be consistent, and then I just got burnt out, and then I haven't done a video since. But I did a video like a few weeks ago. But I just realized, yeah, I want to ask you how it was in the beginning, actually, how like getting into YouTube.
It was fine. Like I feel like I learned a lot when I look back at some of my older videos. Sometimes I'm surprised because I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Like I like it, you know? I don't, not to like pat myself on the back, but I don't like cringe that much. It's more like I see how I've grown, like how I've learned to edit much more efficiently, and how I've learned to, like not right now, obviously, but like talk in full sentences to where
I know what you mean.
Things make sense and stuff. Because before it is when you're learning and you're just starting out, it's a lot more daunting, and it's a lot more like, how do I like maneuver? So like now I've learned when I say something and I mess up, I think back to what I had just said, where was a good stopping point, how I can edit this back together. So if I said something and I stuttered, I'll repeat the whole sentence so that I can actually cut it in correctly, versus before I was like, and then I would just keep stuttering and it didn't cut very well.
Thank God for jump cuts.
Oh my gosh, seriously.
I love jump cuts. I think they like really add like a vivaciousness to a video. I don't know. I'm a fan of jump cuts.
Yep, agreed. It definitely makes things more energetic, and it makes what could be a boring video so much more entertaining.
Yeah, it like adds some, I don't know, Red Bull into the mix, like adrenaline.
That's a perfect analogy. It totally does. That's so
Yeah.
true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I guess when I started, I think in the beginning I was a bit starstruck, and because I'm in Japan, I'm seeing so a lot of where the YouTubers, the main ones, the J vloggers, whatever you call them, they all live in Tokyo, which is where I live, and so you see them in the same, like you see them like you bump into them on the street, on the subway, in a coffee shop sometimes. Like sometimes I often don't approach them because I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's just scary because it's like I'm not trying to find you, but I can easily find you if you live in the city. So everyone out there, if you're stalking, just
I can find you.
like, and it's kind of scary with security as well because like you don't know who's watching your videos. That's not what I was talking about. Back to the topic.
No, that was good. I like it.
So yeah, for me, I was a bit starstruck. Like, oh, these people that I'm watching on YouTube, like I get to meet them in person, and some people I have actually met and had coffee with. And I realized that what you see online is totally different to who they are in real life. Like maybe they're very shy in real life, and they're very lively on camera, or like something else. And I thought. And then I thought for me, I got into the mode of I need to produce videos and they need to be good and they need to be vlogs and they need to be, other people need to be in it. Like people that I'm having coffee with need to be in it. I need to look like I'm having friends. Like, and I
have friends.
I need to look like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned before, I think it was Mara. She said she read something on Twitter like it didn't exist if it's not on Twitter. So she was like, I'm taking photos of my 3 meals a day, to make sure that I'm eating.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, and I feel like it can get into that cycle. Like, I think having a YouTube channel, especially for vlogging, you're constantly focused on yourself all the time. And it's not a normal mindset. Like, if you're not vlogging, you're not doing that. But if you're vlogging every day, it's like you're constantly thinking about, who am I seen talking with? I need to do something fun every day. I need to be doing something for the vlog every day. And I found that a bit exhausting.
Yeah.
And coming out of that, I realized at the end of the day, my art channel is just about art and I just need to be making art because I'm not vlogging.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I find a lot of people vlogging in Japan, it's getting to the point where people are vlogging the same stuff. Like, there's only too many like fukubukuro bags every videos, like opening that end of year sale when you buy a giant bag and you open it and you reveal what was inside. Or Sakura vlogs. I think I feel like the heyday when it was like Japan was cool and exciting is sort of like
dwindling.
A little bit, because everyone's gone to the same places. Like Tokyo has been done to death, so now people are going out more into the rest of Japan to try and like show stuff that is really hard to find, and I think that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Like for people that, because if you don't speak Japanese, it is hard to travel in Japan. Like it's hard to get around. For example, marathons. So there's a whole like marathon community, like people going to different cities in Japan to run marathons.
Really?
If for an outsider, all you know is Tokyo Marathon or Yokohama Marathon, you think that's the only two. There's actually many, and they're very affordable and easy to do, and they're like every weekend there's a marathon. But you wouldn't be able to know this if you didn't speak the language, and there's a lot of things like this, like little niche, like niche groups of activities you can be involved in. If you only spoke Japanese, you'd know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what my point was now. I'm just rambling.
Gosh, I know. I'm trying to think back. It was something.
That was something. Back to the questions. What was the next question?
Oh gosh. Now I'm trying to think of what that was, because I know there was a point.
There was a point. There was a point. Wait,
Yeah,
where'd it go?
totally gonna bother me.
Well, I asked you about like how was it starting, and then you said that, and then what did I say?
Oh yeah, and you said
in the beginning, and then after I started to see like the good and the bad side. And then I had my own opinion on that.
Yeah, I think you were saying that after you've met people, like not actual, but J bloggers that you've seen that are a little bit bigger, you recognize that like their online personality is different than their offline personality, and then it tangented into that.
Yeah, and some of them have an agenda, and some of them don't. And usually the ones that don't have an agenda are producing really, really good videos. Like they're busy. And they actually have like they're growing something, or they're just, and if they're not making videos, they're working hard on the next video to make it really good and focusing on just making good content. And I think that's to get out of the obsession with the clique group. My best advice is just focus on making really good videos. Then who cares about this core group?
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of which, we got a thumbs down on our video.
Probably me just talking about random things.
I know. But I wonder.
Let's my mouth run.
No, it's fine. I don't think we've said anything too extreme.
Well, like also notice people don't like honesty, and I'm a very honest person.
Me too. Keith. Was that you, Keith? You secretly gave us a thumbs down.
It's all his fault. No kidding. Next point.
Yeah, Kill's back.
Okay. Which channels interest you? Who do you connect with? Yeah. Go. You're on.
Yeah, so we kind of talked about this before, and Cal, you were in on this conversation actually before, but it depends. So like if I really like the person, like their personality, if their video quality and stuff like that isn't good, or like maybe they talk about stuff that I'm not really interested in, but they themselves are interesting, I'll watch. Or if they have like their topics are really interesting, I don't know, a lot of it has to do with the person themselves. Like for you guys, you know, a lot of it has to do with like you guys have great videos, and like all the people that, you know, are on here and we're talking to right now, I really like your videos a lot, but at the same time, I also really like you guys as people. Like the connection side of that has been awesome, and seems like I don't, even if someone has amazing videos, I don't know if I find out, or if it seems to me that they're kind of just like jerks or something, I don't want to support them, because I'm like, you might have amazing videos and that's probably why you're popular, but you don't seem like a person that I can relate with, I guess. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Like the channels that I follow, it's not only the work but also the personality behind it. Well, it depends on what sort of video it is.
True.
It sort of reminds me of one point I wanted to mention. Like, I don't think everyone should vlog, because but also again, I think everyone should vlog to be a bit more self-aware of themselves.
True.
Like you mentioned before, like stuttering, I stutter, or like not really conveying what your thoughts very clearly and articulating very well, and it like makes you more self-aware of like, oh, I didn't know that I blinked or twitched my eye that much, or use my hands to talk that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's good, but yeah, the jazz hands.
Yes. Interpretive dancing, like while we talk.
This is how I articulate my thoughts. It's actually a distraction, because everything I'm saying is nothing.
Nothing. Just gonna fill the space. Fill the space.
Fill the space. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So the sort of channels I like is art channels. I used to really be into vlogs, but then I sort of got off that. And I actually watch more how-to videos, like how to learn a skill, how to do life, how to save money, how to change a light bulb, or more specifically, how to paint a certain way, or how to use a certain tool.
Yeah.
Reviews on items, like because with art materials it's really expensive, so I want to know, like, is it worth purchasing this item before fully committing?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Cassidy, like if you saw the amount of videos that he watches on cameras and camera gear, it's like it's insane. Like every video is like so there's that new camera out, the Sony A7 Mark III. The amount of videos that he has watched on that to try to decide if that is a camera that he wants to get, I swear, like numbers in the thousands of,
The review videos are endless. You can
Yeah.
never fully know. Well, you can never fully know if you want to buy it or not unless you've actually used it.
Yeah. Or like for me, like trying to decide if we're moving to Japan and stuff, it's like those how-to videos and those informative videos are so great. And then on top of it, if the person who is conveying those thoughts are, like they're well-spoken, or they're like there's something about them that makes me trust them, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like binge watch the crap out of all your videos. Kel is asking you questions.
Oh, okay. Hi, Cal.
Jim?
Listening to YouTubers have millions of subs and have only an iPhone. Is stuff content and personality of quality? Content, personality. It depends on what you're doing, I think. Like if you're vlogging, I guess personality is like really important.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking about quality of video, then it depends, I guess. Like if I was watching a review video of a product, I would want to know every crevice of that iPhone with every single detail, every flake of dust on that thing.
Show me your dust.
Exactly. I would want to know like every little detail about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Natalie, let me know your story. What are you doing in life? What's your channel about? So deep dive into Natalie's world.
Yeah, do it. I'm gonna have tea.
Okay. So I have a YouTube channel that's basically just my artwork. I did touch into vlogging a little bit, and then I was like, no, that's fine. But it's basically I review art materials and art stuff, because I noticed there's a lot of American YouTubers that I follow and German watercolor artists, because I'm a watercolor artist, that I follow, but there's not many Japanese ones. There are some really, really good ones, but not many. So I thought I'll just add to the mix, put myself there. And at the time when I made, so I made a video like showing people, it's really old, I need to update it, showing people where to go for art supplies, because there's 1,000,001 stationery shops, but not for like actual traditional art supplies. So I did a video on physically walking to them, because some of them are hard to find. They're in a building and out of a building, you go in the building and upside the building and turn her upside down and do a hand cartwheel through the corridor.
It's so
and then
confusing.
Yeah, and especially if you're traveling, it's like some of the signs aren't in English sometimes, or the street names aren't very clear. So I did that, and that video did very well. So stuff like that. But I'm originally from England, and I'm half Chinese and half British. And I've been living in Japan for 4 years, 3 years, I don't remember.
But she lives there for reals.
Yeah, I live here anyway.
But you do a lot of stuff on like actually showing the process of your painting. Like you have that like fruit series, which was really good. And then you have all of those like Japanese drinks, which was really good. And then you participated in Inktober this year, which seemed so stressful. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that.
I can't believe I did that as well. What was I thinking?
That was amazing though. You did it.
I did it. It was good. I like having challenges, because it's like good to see yourself, like measurable challenges, see how you improved.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
And I think like with YouTube, like seeing how many views you get. Ooh, sounds the same. Yeah, definitely different on YouTube. Yeah.
He's gonna check you out.
Thank you. But yeah, like with YouTube, how do you normally like measure yourself? Is that the right word? Like how what helps you see yourself, like whether you've improved or not?
I guess, like the usual subscribers. Am I like lately it's really cool, because like when it first started, it's like, you'd get a few subscribers here and there, and like your videos would get a few views here and there. And then when you see like your videos getting more consistent views, and then when you go from getting a subscriber like once every 2 weeks, once a month or something, to getting a subscriber every day, it's like, that's really cool because you do feel like you're growing and you feel like you're reaching more people, and that people are responding to what you're doing in a positive way. And so I guess that shows that you're succeeding, even if it's like minimally. You know, some people, I don't actually know how people go viral, like, and pop up into overnight success or whatever. I think some of them come from like Instagram. They're already successful on Instagram, and then or Twitter or something, and then they create a YouTube channel. That seems like it's quite helpful. But yeah, it's a slow process, but it is rewarding and it makes you feel successful as your channel grows, whether it's slowly or not. As long as you see progression, I think that's good.
That's great.
What are your thoughts?
Ooh. I really enjoy like trying things, putting things out there, and then seeing like whether people comment. Like some videos get more comments, some videos just get more likes than comments. Yeah. And it's sort of like you can over time you can sort of see like what people like to watch and what's interesting, how to convey something more. Some people are like, oh, I wish I saw this study, like this flower painted in this way instead of that way, or could you talk more about this topic or this art material that you use? And I really enjoy that sort of feedback, because it's like it's helping you fine tune your style and your videos to be better. So. Yeah.
So you base it off of like, I keep saying customer because I work in retail. That's so dumb. Oh my gosh. Off of client interaction, but off of like interaction with the community, basically. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, he said that already. Oh, so speaking of like social media, how, like, I'm terrible. I'm trying to keep up with social media, and now, like, you know, you've seen I've started more on Twitter, and I think all of us have kind of like tried to get more on that Twitter game, but
I love Twitter. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I don't understand how to utilize it to benefit the YouTube side of it, because I feel like the same people, like, you know, it's basically you, Mara, Kel, and Kevin, and then sometimes Jen. Like, there's 5 people who interact on my Twitter. Like, do you feel like it's beneficial, or?
I don't really know as well. I'm sort of on the same boat. Like, I don't know how it benefits me or how it helps people find me, like find my YouTube or find my Instagram. But I guess you can do, like, if I've posted on Instagram, I know a lot of people like post on Instagram and then there's a link on YouTube, Twitter, like that. I feel like it's sort of, Twitter has like, it's sort of a drama hub. So for me, I love reading the juicy gossip.
Yeah, getting that tea.
Not about people that I know. It's only like just people that or like memes. I love the memes.
Oh my gosh, memes are the best.
Do you know the channel You Had One Job?
No.
It's so funny. Go on Twitter, type in You Had One Job, and it's just like a bunch of memes.
I'm literally doing that now. Oh, that's writing a thing. See, and that's the thing. I feel like an old lady now on this side of it, because I'm like, which button do I push? Which one does what? Mm-hmm. Let's see. You Had One Job. Oh, is it with a toilet seat?
Yeah, that one. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. Oh, because of the is this one that always has like sensitive content, or?
Oh, maybe that's not the right one.
It's a toilet seat one. So You Had One Job.
And it's just like funny, dumb things that, like photographs of like funny.
Oh, maybe this here. I'm going to show it to you and you tell me if that's the one. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Okay, following. Thanks.
If you're having a bad day, just go there.
Just do that one? Okay. I will. I love because I don't even know who to follow, because I feel like Twitter is like made for celebrities and for, yeah, because I'm like, I tweet stuff and then I'm like, does anybody see it besides like you guys?
I know, it's like you're sending your thoughts into the universe and is it empty? Is anyone listening? Am I here? Hello?
Yeah, like, am I the tree that fell in the woods that no one heard? Like, is that?
Anyway, yeah, I think Cal said it's a good way to connect with your subscribers. I think that's true. I mean, my subscribers don't follow me on Twitter. But
Do you think they use Instagram more?
yeah, for artists, Instagram is the thing. That's the golden cow in a sense.
I like Instagram better too because I feel like you add the picture and then, I mean, you can do that on Twitter too, but I feel like Twitter is a lot more like people's thoughts and whatever. But with Instagram, there's like the picture plus the thought, and maybe it reaches more people, it seems like.
I feel like YouTube is like the main content, or Instagram could be for me, like Instagram would be the main thing, and then Twitter is like an extended conversation with several people.
That's true.
And you can keep it going, and you get to know the person without ever having met them.
True.
By just reading their tweets, and I think that it's good.
That is true.
Yeah.
So Keith said Twitter is weird, and he does it because of the group of people he used to chat with. Still not too sure what I'm supposed to do. And all your tweets are in Japanese, so I can't read them yet. And then Kel said it is a strange app, and he hates the character limit.
Yeah,
wow.
And then oh my gosh, people are putting like novels, like part 1, part 2, volume 1, volume 2, chapter 1.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I know, I can't believe how people did it before when there was less characters.
I don't know. Yeah. Also, I noticed a lot of people, along with the conversations, people use it to like promote their blog or something, like, hey, I did a blog post about this.
Yeah, that's true.
But I find it hard to like, every time you link out of Twitter, it's sort of like, it's adding an extra barrier to people. So I know a lot of people don't link. So I don't know if it works or not, like linking from Twitter.
I was thinking.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what's going on? Like, if you did a YouTube channel and then you're like, link to this, it's good. But it's kind of acts as a filter. Like, some people will and some people won't link to it. Anytime you have to like leave the app that you're already on, it's like an extra hurdle to jump over. So. Yeah, as again I said, I don't know if it really works or if it does or if it's better to put it on or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like when you mentioned the whole like Instagram thing, like you can post your picture and then you can link it to Twitter. I feel like nobody wants to click on that link to go back to your Instagram. So it's better to just post like the exact same post on both social medias. But then that becomes so annoying because you're like double posting. And then if people follow you on both, they're like, I just saw that. That's like, I don't know.
But I noticed on Instagram, like when you post, it's a bit delayed now. I think there's been some like new, everyone's been complaining in the art community about Instagram and the new regulations and guidelines. Yeah,
it's funny because it's like they had this new algorithm or whatever that took everything out of order, which is so annoying because I want to see who posted latest at top and then I can go through. Yeah. But then they messed that up, and then now they've done something additionally different, and I'm like, I just like there are people who I want to interact with, and I want to like their pictures and stuff, and I don't have 40 minutes to scroll through all the other things to find their picture and say, hey, I liked it.
But I guess it's good if you post the same thing on Twitter and Instagram because it's like. With YouTube marketing, because I know so much about it, I really don't.
I don't either.
The more people see your name, the more people see it. It like remembers. Like for example, Starbucks or McDonald's. It's on every single street corner in Japan.
Oh my gosh, it is.
The more you see it, the more you're like, oh, I want to just pop in and have a coffee, or I want a burger or something. And it's that kind of.
That's true.
I know a lot of people do that sort of marketing.
Look at you. That's smart. Yeah, it's like saturation.
I know. Basically have platforms everywhere. Randomly.
I need to do that. Hey, did you ever get into that one? What did you say?
What did I say? I don't know.
That new like the new Instagram.
Oh, Vero.
Vero, did you ever sign up for that?
Yeah, I did, and I haven't. I'm really slow to the bandwagon. A lot of artists have joined it, but I'm just like, another platform? No, I just started Twitter.
I know.
It's like, I'm like 10 years later or something.
So Vero, I'm gonna have to look that one up too. Vero. Oh, there it is.
I miss Vine.
I never did Vine. What is Vine?
Vine is when like people just post really short funny videos. Well, that's what I watched it for.
Okay.
Like people making jokes. Like I really love humor. So.
Yeah, like sketch videos.
Yeah.
Who is that guy? I feel like he's Norwegian or something, but he always does his videos in Japanese. He's like that like tall, skinny, almost gingery guy, and he's like the last one he did was like about pink sakura. So he's like sakura, sakura, oh blah blah blah, like blah blah blah. And do you know who I'm talking about?
I'm not sure.
Really, they're funny, and they're like he's just goofy. Like it's just like him, like going like this and like being kind of a dork on camera, but speaking Japanese.
I don't think you know that one, but I'm gonna look at now that you mentioned. I'm gonna look for it. But yeah, it's just very like stuff like that. It's just very easy to do, and just like very. I don't know if it's slapstick. There is some slapstick humor in there, and there's it's very like literal.
Like
but some of the Japanese vines, some of the Japanese vines, I guess the humor is different, so I'm just like I don't understand.
That's true. Yeah. Keith said, I always read your tweets, Elizabeth, but being an old man, it's hard to interact with younger generations. Oh, don't sweat it. And then, yes, I have a Milky phone cover.
Oh, cute.
Oh, yeah. I got this on Amazon. I was like, yes, that's cute.
Oh, I recently saw from a souvenir shop that they sell like, do you know Pocky?
Yes.
They sell like socks with the Pocky packaging on it, like the design, but they changed the name a bit, and they do that for like all the really common supermarket products for all on socks.
Yeah, didn't you have that in a vlog?
I think I did. Yeah.
So cute. I was like, yes, I want that one, and I want that one, I want that one.
Yeah, it was like I just want all of them, wear them every day.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, let's go to the next point.
Yes. See, again, I like went away from it because that was the smart choice. Here it is. Oh, so we kind of talked about this before, but like, how do you handle like weirdos and creepy people and like people who are just rude?
Block, delete.
Yep.
Well, I feel like in YouTube, it's like a badge of honor. Because if you're too small, no one's writing negative comments. But if you're big enough, you're getting all the hate. And the more hate you get means the more people are seeing it. So it's almost like you're getting more and more famous.
Yeah, I agree.
So I sort of see it, it's like what's it called? Like a way of passage or?
Yeah.
Like you can finally say, I'm a real YouTuber now because I'm getting so much hate.
Yeah, a rite of passage. Yeah.
Yeah, a rite of passage.
Yep.
That's sort of how I've seen it, because I've talked to some people. I was like, when I got my first hate comment, I was like, and it was really absurd. And I asked some people, like, what do you do? Like, do you delete it? Do you leave it there? And I guess depending on how bad it is, and you can delete, block.
Same thing, right?
Block elite.
Block elite.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so you can do that, or
you're just making up a new language. It's cool.
Yeah, just casually making up our own thing.
Yeah. It's YouTube lingo. That's how we roll, guys.
Yeah, block elite. Just make it a thing. Type it on Twitter now.
Yeah. Hashtag block
it doesn't exist if it's not on Twitter. If it's
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I agree. Like there are times where like I'm super lazy, so like engaging with people who are negative, it's like I want to, but then at the same time, do I want to put in that energy to like engage with them and like keep things, because I want to make fun of them and be like, put it in a humorous light so that, I don't know, I don't want to come off as a jerk, but I also want to come off as like addressing that person for being a jerk on my channel. But then I'm like, oh, that's a lot of work.
I know, you really have to be really, I think you have to be like an inner comedian has to come out. Like, do you know James Blunt? He's you might not know him, he's a British, he's a British artist that was really popular in the 90s for this one single he did, you know, You're Beautiful.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That guy. So I don't know how he's perceived like outside of England, but in England he's famously mutually hated by everyone. Everyone loves to hate this artist and
that's hilarious.
Like trash on him all the time, and that's why he's famous. But so he gets a lot of hate comments and hate tweets.
Yeah.
Like, but his comebacks are so funny.
Really?
He knows how to articulate himself very well in a funny way, so it sort of like turns into a positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think one skill I'd love to learn is how to like how to be funny, basically. I'm not funny, but
yeah, or like how to put it in that cheeky sort of.
Yeah, I think comedians are so intelligent. Like,
yes,
it's a really hard job.
I agree. I've also actually heard that comedians are quite angry people on the inside, and like then that's almost like what makes them better comedians. Kind of like tortured artists tend to make better art or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think they can see it. They can see the world on a level where normal people, like general population, don't see.
True.
And they're sort of like step out of society. Anyway, yeah, they can perceive not that one. They can perceive things that people don't normally see, and then they could bring it out to light and change it into a funny thing. Like, I can't give an example because I'm not funny, but
shut up. Yes.
I'm not gonna try.
It's just not my day today.
I mean, I can try, but it's also like cringe. I'll make everyone cringe. You'll get like 10 more dislikes if I try.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I wonder if we've gotten any more. That's really intriguing. I wonder what happened. Nope, just the one. Just the one poo head.
That means the whole video sucks. Okay. No, it's a rite of passage. It means it's more people are seeing it.
Yep, I agree. I always enjoy when I guess like that Broad in Japan and stuff. He'll read some of his hate comments and stuff. Hilarious. Oh my gosh.
He's really good at like articulating himself, I feel like, and he has that sense like of that thing that he has it.
He has it. It's there. Trust me. No.
That natural raw talent.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder, partly I feel like it might be a British thing, because I noticed, like I said this earlier in the other video too, but like I feel like Ricky Gervais kind of has the same thing where it's like he lets it roll off his back, but then he knows how to turn it around and just make it the joke, kind of.
Yeah, it's actually like, it's really common. It's funny because in England, like everyone has that level of humor. Like everyone can joke in that way. Like it's just a normal thing everyone can do. I was never able to do it.
Oh, really?
So I felt jealous of everyone. I was just like, why am I not funny?
Why can't I?
But it's sort of like, it's that funny humor where you're self-deprecating.
Yes.
And if you're really good, you can like deprecate other people, but in a funny way, so that you can't be
deprecating. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That it is a skill for sure. That is so true.
But I've lived outside of England for so long now that I'm like completely outside the bubble.
Well, and in Japan too, like sarcasm and stuff, isn't it a little bit, doesn't it kind of like whoosh, a little bit?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of I'd say like it also in like Hong Kong, China, it's sort of because the humor is a bit, well, I know in Hong Kong the humor is a lot more slapstick, like a bit like American humor, like it's more physical, like go down, that's funny. But I forgot what I was saying. Yeah.
Oh, so hi Wendy. But Keith
Oh yeah,
said,
it doesn't work in Japan. No, well, I don't think it does. A lot of my friends, if I say something if I'm really going full on British and say something in the English way, they'll like, why would you do that?
yeah,
Doesn't make sense. So I don't like totally fly over their heads.
yeah, yeah. Maybe it just doesn't like.
It doesn't really translate well.
Yeah, yeah. So Wendy's joined us, and then Keith said he thinks that British and Japanese humor are alike, but he's Japanese. I wonder what you mean by that, Keith.
Probably. I mean, like my Japanese isn't good enough to really understand a lot of the jokes in Japanese. So
Oh, really?
yeah, you could be right.
I have no idea. So let's see. We covered a lot actually so far.
I'm still trying to find that list. Where is it?
Oh my gosh. I think it's in your Twitter. Did I send it?
I'm like scrolling.
Scroll. Well, here. So what are like some of your frustrations or like pet peeves when doing YouTube or like within the YouTube community? I know we kind of touched on it a little bit, but like if there's anything else.
No, it's all positive. Nothing bad to say at all.
Ever.
Well, what about you? I need some time to think about it. But what about you?
maybe I'll inspire you. Well, like what I talked about earlier was really mundane things. Like I think it's weird when people say I love you at the end of videos, because I always think it's like, you don't know me. Like, how do you love me?
Yeah, I had another friend say that. She was she's not on YouTube, but she'd made a comment about that. She watches YouTube, and she's like, I don't understand why they say that, because they don't know me. It's weird. Like,
yeah, I feel like
because you don't know the person.
Yep. But I feel like some people do like it, and I feel like it really works for some people, but then other people it's like, does that, because to me, unless I know that person, it actually like disingenuines their just disingenuines.
Disingenuines.
Yes. It makes them seem
Degenerisms.
Yes. And I feel like I don't know if everything you've told me has been a lie. Like our relationship is no longer the same.
But you were so nice back then. But no, I'm like,
no, I don't know. And then the other thing I mentioned was like girls, and I'm sure you've seen this on certain people's videos if you watch the same videos as I do, but like girls who fixate on themselves, and guys do it too sometimes, but I mostly know it with girls. But when they're staring at the viewfinder and they're not looking at you in the lens, and then they're like fixing their hair and they're like doing stuff for like a really long time, and you're like, why wouldn't you cut that out? And why are you staring at yourself and not talking to me?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. The side angle shots when you're talking straight on, and then there's like a side camera.
Yes.
And it switches. And
you're like, this isn't like CNN right now.
So unnecessary.
Yes. I agree.
Bring back jump cuts.
True. Yeah, that is always weird too. And you're like,
it's just very cringe. Well, for me at least, it's very cringe. It's very like, I'm a sort of, I don't know if everyone feels the same, but I'm the sort of person where it's like, if it's not necessary, don't put it in. Like, you're the editor. You're sitting through 4 hours of editing. Why did you put that in?
Exactly. That is one. Yep. Cassidy did, like, so in the beginning, I would keep things in videos that I thought were cute or like I enjoyed. Like,
we had the video and add your personality to it.
Well, yeah, but even like some of the Japan videos, like there would just be footage of Japan, because for me personally, I would like to just stare at footage of Japan because I think it's beautiful.
Stare at this like cup.
Exactly. Yeah. And he was like, that is so boring. Like nobody else wants to see that. You want to see that, but you have to think of the people watching your videos, and like 40 seconds of staring at said cup, like why were they going to care about that? So yeah, I did learn that yeah, you have to edit for other people. You shouldn't edit for yourself.
Have you noticed that people's attention spans, like, have you taken people's attention spans into consideration? Like, I noticed that over time, YouTube videos have gotten like shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Like the clips between the next thing, like so short now.
Yeah. Well, it depends. So like oftentimes I see it on like more like vlog style videos that they're getting shorter. On some people's, and some people's like go way too long, and I'm like, all right, like you could have cut 15 minutes of that and still had a 10-minute video. But
Yeah.
makeup videos though, they stay long, and I appreciate that because I want to see like every step that you've done.
Yeah. I just had a funny thought. Like, imagine if there's a vlogger like making fun of other vloggers. I'm sure there is, but like made it so short where he's like, ha!
Oh my gosh. And just had like a series of like 1-second vlogs. Natalie, you need to do this. This is like the next thing for you.
I don't know. I'll just have like a secret separate channel.
Yes.
Where I'm just doing funny videos.
And just call it like the pro vlogger or whatever, or the best J vlogger ever.
I have another funny idea that I wanted that I'm sharing to everyone. Like, you can steal it if you want. I would love to watch this video. But Mara Waka, we were chatting and we were talking about like the J vlog and the group and like the bitchiness side and stuff like that. And yeah. As you do, you just talk about everyone you hate.
Of course. As
casually. We thought it'd be funny if we were like on Twitter being like, oh, I don't know why she like did this hairstyle, blah blah blah, but then it cuts to like a bowl of ramen. Or like, oh, her hair is awful, and it cuts to like a cat with like crazy hair or something. I feel like someone's done that before.
Maybe, but why not? I mean, if you can also do it, you're not technically copying if you can't remember who did it.
But yeah, having that comedic, that timing, that sense of yeah.
I agree. I would watch it.
Yeah, if there's a school for comedy, I would please take me there.
There are. You can go. I guess they have a lot here.
Oh yeah, no. But Japan though, it's a different kind of humor.
That's true. That's true. Keith said that there's a lot of dark humor, and then he said Japanese have a harder time understanding American jokes, but British jokes we can relate to. And then Wendy was referring to the I love you. I said, I think it works only if it seems genuine, if that's you saying it. Which, yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely dark humor, especially. I find there's actually a lot of American comedians, if they're not sarcastic, I don't understand it. Like, there's some comedians that just swear too much.
Oh yeah.
And they're just like every 5 seconds of swearing, and I'm like, or they're talking about something inappropriate, and it's just like,
yeah,
cringe. Cringe is real.
That's your style. Yeah, I feel like some people do things really well in those genres or whatever, and then some people it's like I don't understand why they're funny.
Yeah.
Agreed. There's something.
Quick, we have 30 minutes left. We need to go.
Oh yes. Okay. So we already talked about that one. How much of you do you put onto YouTube?
Everything. I talk about every crevice of my personal life, every single.
I don't even know who you are.
Who are you? I find it really hard, and it's really I'm still trying to figure it out, like, because you don't want to be, because again, like, you don't know, like I said before with YouTubers, I see them in the street, like, and I'm not even trying to like stalk them, but like especially if you see them on the train, you see which station they get off at, people, you can make assumptions on maybe where they work or where they live, and it's quite scary when you think about it. And and then you're giving your personal, like, that you're being very candid and very honest online, and like, and then people can put 2 and 2 together, like, people can find out where you live so easily.
I know, it's creepy.
It's so scary, and you don't know who's watching your videos. So if there's any stalkers on this channel,
yeah, please stay away.
Please stay away. Don't live.
My real name is not Elizabeth.
So I guess like vlogging for me, if I was to vlog, I have to be so careful. Like what I say and who I put on my channel, and like what if someone sees that other person, and yeah, like one time there's a J vlogger that isn't in Japan anymore. Like she did a live stream that night, and then she mentioned that she was going to this hair salon the next day at a certain time.
Oh.
And I was like, and she was like sort of tipsy, like had a few drinks into the vlog. I think she's like doing a gaming. I think it's on Twitch. I can't remember.
Okay.
And I was like I could easily go to that salon now, wait there, and just hope she comes by and try and just talk to her.
Yeah.
And even if it was like harmless, if someone did that to me, I'd be freaked out. Like, why are you here? Why are you waiting for me at the salon? Like, I'm going to be at the salon for 4 hours and I'll get my hair done while you're standing there. Like,
yeah.
It's just really creepy. It's a really creepy idea. So people can extract. Also, over time, when you like run out of things to talk about, you give pieces of information away, and people can like piece them together.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
So I think one thing is smart to do, like if you're doing like a room tour of your apartment, wait till you've moved out already before you do that, and just things like that. So I feel like there needs to be a crash course in YouTube security for people.
True. Yeah. We were talking earlier too. I was like, I would never, like, I never vlog on my street unless, like, people don't know it's my street. Like, I never say like I'm on my street or something.
Well, it's like zoomed in onto that flower.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. If I ever zoom like or not zoom, but like film within my actual apartment complex part, it's so like, yeah, such a tight shot that you're like, oh, I recognize that rock from like behind, you know, like you're not going to figure out where I live. But when I do like walking to my car or things like that, like I don't show my car because people can figure out your driver's license or your license plate and stuff. And then I don't show my like the street that I live on because you know, like, or I'm not like, oh, I'm parking here and I'm gonna go do whatever, because yeah, you don't want to have people put those pieces together and find you. And like where I live is a super popular area for people to go, so people are going to recognize the stuff around me. But I hope that when I film, I'm filming far enough away from like my personal situation that they're not going to be weird.
Has anyone like come up to you at work and like?
No, thank God.
Not yet.
No. And you know, if they're people that like I already interact with, and you know, like people who like Wendy and Keith and those guys who are on right now, like if they were to come up to me, I wouldn't care. Like that's totally fine because we already interact and it's not creepy. But if it's somebody who I've never interacted with, they probably like maybe never commented, or if they did comment, it's like something weird, then surely, yeah, I don't want, or it's like, if it was unannounced, like if someone was like, hey, I'm going to be in your area, like, do you want to hang out? Like there's, actually, you know him, Steve, you know, Steve, what is his thing on?
Yeah, I know Steve.
You do know Steve. Okay, you do know him. I think
I do. I'm really bad with names. If I see a picture up or the like YouTube icon, I'll be like, yes.
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah. He comments on all your videos, and I think he saw you at like a convention or something, like an art thing. Anyway.
Oh yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So like we were talking, and like he was like, yeah, we should hang out because he also lives in my area, so or like frequents the area. And I was like, that's totally fine. That's totally appropriate. The way he talked about it and the way he like went about it, like I never got like a creepy feeling from it, you know, versus like, yeah, there are stalker situations where it's like, I figured out where you live, and so I just thought I'd come over.
Like, how did you find that out?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have seen quite a few girls, like their videos in Japan where they've had some creepy situations, and I do worry about that a little bit. Like, if we're to move there, is that going to be an issue? Have you experienced any like stalker situations there?
It was completely harmless. Like, a guy was pointing at a sign of the shop. Sign said, and the shop sign in Japanese said like, it's not open today because it's a public holiday, and the times that will be open is from this time to this time. And he said like in Japanese, like broken Japanese, like, what does this say to me? And I just like, sorry mate, I'm not Japanese, bye. And then he like laughed.
That's funny.
So that happens to me a lot. I get mistaken to be Japanese, like as a foreign, other tourists or foreign.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Whereas if I go back to England, people think I'm not British.
I suppose that really in England, isn't it
Yeah.
such a mixed culture like
Well,
America?
in London it's mixed, but if you go north of England, like past beyond London, it's
Okay.
very like Caucasian.
Oh, interesting. I guess that's kind of like here where it's like middle America and is more Caucasian-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something like that. I found, for me, my image of America is a bit more international because there's a lot of like Spanish speakers and Chinese and like Norwegian and like Europeans from like fourth generation German, or I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
so it's a bit more mixed.
it is. And I guess for a time it was kind of like the immigration capital, people were seeking that American dream. So that makes sense.
Awesome.
Keith says he hopes that we'll be careful on top of all of the crazy internet stuff. Thanks, Keith.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, so if I have like a gallery show, art show, I won't post it on. Sometimes I'll post it on Instagram, but even then, like if my YouTube gets bigger, it'd be harder to do things like that, or like meetups. When back in the day when YouTubers did meetups, it's like I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, have you the news recently with YouTube getting shot up? I don't think YouTubers do meetups anymore.
I wonder. Yeah, I guess within Japan, I think that because compared to America, it's so safe. I feel like I wouldn't be as afraid, because isn't today like the Hanami YouTube Hanami thing?
Oh, is it? I didn't know.
Oh, I feel like
I'm so in the know.
I feel like someone maybe
I thought it passed already.
Huh?
I thought it passed already. The YouTube Hanami is already gone.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I feel like Jen or someone posted it on Twitter.
Maybe that was last week. I'm not sure.
It totally could be. I'm like way behind on the whole feed.
You get things a week later, a month later.
Yes. Like, oh yeah, that's so cool.
It's July.
Yeah. Sorry. Go on with your business.
Oh, the comments. When I moved to California, I never knew I had to speak Spanish. Really?
Well, he's from Japan.
Do you have to speak Spanish?
I speak Spanish because I did it in school, but I feel like it depends on where you're moving and like what area. So Keith, I'm not sure where you live, and I'm not asking you to tell us where you live, but certain areas there's a lot of Spanish, like but it's not like the main language.
It's not the main language.
Yeah.
It's like if you're in that community, that pocket.
Exactly. Yeah, or
pocket.
I feel like a lot of business owners, because a lot of people, they'll hire Spanish speakers. So a lot of people will speak Spanish as a business owner because, it's probably a good thing to know. But like the place that we use for alterations, the people there speak Spanish, and it has actually come in handy because I'll call them and they don't always, like, their English is good, but sometimes there's like a language barrier. So if I speak my terrible Spanish that I do speak, it is helpful a little bit. So
incredible Spanish that you studied so hard to learn.
I know, it was my major.
Really?
Yes. I'm terrible at it. Like, people will come in and, you know, we get a lot of tourists, so they'll come in and they'll be like, do you speak Spanish? And I'm like, un poquito, but I'm like, pero es muy terrible. And they're like, no, they're very nice about it. And then I'm like, but seriously, like, that's all I can say.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
We learned Spanish when I was in school in England, and it's funny because we learned it with the lisp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was interesting because I was like, ¿Cómo estás?
You just put a lisp on everything. Yes.
I was like, people actually talk like that.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Yes. I know, one of my teachers did, like, I think it's Castilian. And so she's like, el cierto, blah, blah, blah. And, like, she kept saying it too. And I was like, I like it. I'm going to do the theta all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So he said Central, if you go shopping, Spanish is a must. Oh, that's good to know.
Oh. Good to know when you're in California.
Exactly.
In Central.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yep. I do feel like also, like, towards San Diego, which is much closer to, like, the Mexico border, if you go inland a little bit more, you're probably going to need a lot more Spanish, because I think that there are a lot more Spanish communities over there, being that it is right next to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense.
No, it's really cool. It's very, like, multicultural and
yeah,
it
is
fun and exciting, and burritos and enchiladas and all that stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
And salsa. I should stop talking now. Okay, next question.
All right, thanks, Wendy. We'll see ya. Oh, Wendy just took off. Oh yeah, so it was like about how much, like, you put yourself on YouTube. Like, just kind of
the line with that, like, trying to be less searchable.
Yeah, with that, and then I also feel like you have to be careful too, because especially with our culture being so PC lately, I think, you know, you could say something that you would never ever think is offensive to anyone, or like, if I said who I voted for or something and I didn't think that it was an issue, it can completely create a divide with people. It's like, there's so many things that are now divisive on that, so you have to be careful as a YouTuber, I think, like, your religious, political, and all that stuff, your views, because it doesn't relate to everybody. You know, you kind of have to be like white bread for everyone.
Yeah, it sort of distracts from what you're trying to say on YouTube and what your channel wants to be. Like, people end up focusing in on that political thing or the negative side, and you're like, that's not what I'm saying. Well, that's not what I originally intended to say. That's not what the image I'm trying to portray. So it's very, very tricky.
It is. And it sucks because sometimes it's like, I want to say something about something, or like a current event will happen and I want to be like, did you guys hear about blah, blah, blah? But then I have to remind myself, like, most of my viewers are here for, like, the Japanese side of things, or, like, I don't know why anybody else is here. But, you know, like, they're not here to listen to me for that. They'll listen to somebody else who, like, that is kind of what their channel's about.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I agree. Like, it's not like, if your channel isn't about political agendas, like, then don't bring it into your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're bringing and maybe some unwanted attention, and, like, whatever you say, you need to be prepared to handle it as well. And I think for me, I wouldn't be able to handle it. I do have, like, some strong opinions on things, but it's got nothing to do with my channel. So.
Right, exactly.
I notice people generally go with the most popular opinion.
Yes.
And you sort of have to, like, even if you don't agree with it, you just to have a happy harmony, you go with the popular opinion, even though to your core being you're like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh, Keith is taking off. Thanks, Keith. Thanks so much for tuning in. Yeah, I know it's yep. So that's why I agree. Like, I leave that stuff out of it because, yeah, I don't want to I don't want to A, be untrue to myself about things and how I feel, and then B, I don't want to deal with anybody else's opinions on stuff. So
Yeah. Exactly.
I hear ya.
I still can't find this. I'm on Twitter and I still can't find the list. It's like scrolling forever. Oh, I found it. Okay. Where are we?
Right at the end. I honestly think that we covered so much.
Yeah. What is your best? Okay. Let's do the last one where we can round off on a good note. What is your best experience with YouTube so far?
Oh, I feel like I'm like super overexposed right now. So it's definitely meeting all of the people and like creating this kind of community that we have created. You know, like the other day when you tweeted that thing and then Mara put it in her video of like having me in like the Sakura thing, I was like,
oh yeah,
that totally melted my heart. And I was like, that is the nicest thing. And I feel like that wouldn't have happened had we not, you know, created these bonds and stuff like that. And like, same with Kevin, like whenever, like we always chat on WhatsApp and stuff, and it's like, he always, you know, we just chat, like, and there's no, like, it's super easy, and it's so cool, like, to be able to just be talking and meeting people that I wouldn't have known otherwise, and feeling very comfortable about it, and like, just, you know, just having a, like a support system. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I have, yeah, I'm the same as well. Like, I'm really, I wasn't expecting it as well. I wasn't expecting to meet some really cool people. It's almost like, it's like a Google search for friends in a way.
Kind of, yeah.
It's a good way to find friends over the internet that you really gel with, because they'll be your videos. Is sort of based on your interests, and whoever likes watching your videos is like has similar interests most likely.
Usually, yeah.
And it sort of like filters out people that you probably wouldn't get along with as much as other people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We actually have a question from Jai. Oh, hey, I think we're on Instagram together, I think, right? I'm not sure. Okay, if not, we should be. Yeah, she said, when you first started YouTube, what did you expect for your videos? Or did you expect them to get more views than if you put a lot of time into them? Wow, I read that terribly.
Like, you started first YouTube, did you?
Did you? And English stopped there.
You understood.
I think when I first started YouTube, you sometimes, at least for me, sometimes you have like this very grandiose dream idea that like people are gonna be like, yeah, those videos are awesome and that's great, love, and like they're gonna like everyone's gonna watch your videos. The realistic side of me was like, I would be surprised if 10 people watched my videos, and if they did, I'd be super happy that they did. And you know, it started out slow and then it gradually grew, which is good and the best I could hope for, I guess. How do you feel about that?
When I first started YouTube, well, one of the first videos I knew would do well because I knew it was a need. Like, for example, the one that I did of like art supply stores in Tokyo, like which ones are the good ones. I knew that would get views, but I didn't expect it to get as many views as it did. I think it's got quite a few. I thought it'd get like 50.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more than that. And the worst one I didn't know that would get a lot of views was because art is very personal, and what looks good to me might not look good to someone else.
Sure.
So the grapes one where I painted some grapes.
Oh yeah, those are amazing.
Well, and I was really shocked, and I found out that actually there's is one of those top searched topics, like how to paint grapes. I didn't know. I thought it'd be like how to paint a ball or a square, but it was how to paint grapes was like a very searched topic. So that one got a lot of views.
Like super short hair. Will you keep it short? How about cutting it even shorter? Oh, thanks, George.
Buzz cuts.
Yes, I probably keep my short hair, mostly because my boyfriend really likes it, and so that's that. And I've had short hair for the last 10 years. Yeah, and then when I want it long, I just put a wig on, and then I've gone shorter, but I also eat a lot of ice cream, and sometimes like that chubby face ratio to shorter hair doesn't look as cute. So.
Just contour.
Yep. I should. Oh my gosh, contour is such a.
Yeah. Also, it's shorter hair. You haven't got hair to like cover your face, so like if your makeup needs to be on point.
That's true. Have you seen those videos? Oh my gosh, they're so funny. Where the girls, they're like, the reason girls wear their hair like this, and then they'll go like this, and it's like their face is like really wide. Have you seen that? Oh my God.
It's so funny. It's just like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I love those girls for making fun of themselves too. Like that's so cute and awesome. Like, ugh.
You need confidence to pull it off as well.
True, true. So Jai says, so basically finding where you can produce value or solve a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Any
There's
other?
another point, and I wanted to mention, and I forgot. What was the point again?
When were we talking about it?
It's gone. New topic.
Yep. Next one. Moving on.
Moving on.
Anybody else have any questions? No. No. Oh, there's a 2-minute delay too, so they'll probably come in with questions in like 2 minutes. So.
Yeah, because if you're not adding value, it's sort of like, what's the point in someone watching your video? And then the immediate next thing is they'll watch it because for physical reasons or
Right. Yeah.
and then that turns into the whole like narcissistic blah 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 blah, blah all that.
Yes.
And that's why it can go downhill from there.
That's very true. That's
what
true.
are they watching your videos for? So
that's true. Yeah, sometimes I see so George asked, what is the chat topic today? So we're talking about like our experiences on YouTube, and we're almost done, so I'm sorry that you came in a little bit at the end of it, but yeah, but thanks for asking questions. But yeah, I noticed like you'll see certain videos with like a thumbnail of like girls with like bits of them out more than others, and that's definitely clickbait, and they have a ton of views, and everyone's clicking just to see like a half-naked person. And fine if that's like what your channel's about and that's who you are and stuff, but yeah, I feel like that's a lot of pressure on yourself to always like be sexy or to like maintain and yeah, to keep up this image of like perfection where it's like that's just I don't know. Yeah. And then to get all the creepy comments and stuff that probably come with it.
I think that's something like the beauty side of YouTube probably gets a lot because it's all about looks.
Yep.
And yeah, unless you're like how to clean your makeup brushes, that's a bit different. But
that's true.
Like how to make yourself more beautiful, and that can get a bit derailed like that way.
Yeah. And I can only imagine, because I do a couple makeup videos here and there, but nobody seems to watch them, so that's totally fine, but it's just something I enjoy doing. But I imagine, like, when you are putting your face, like, that close to camera and you're putting yourself out there, the amount of mean and hateful comments that can come from people just trolling and being awful, I feel like it takes a lot of strength, I think, to do that. Oof.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough out there.
It's a tough world. It's dog eat dog world, guys.
Toughen up.
I know. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The one thing another thing I enjoyed about YouTube is just like for your own personal self-growth, like I can see how people react to my artwork and see like, oh, people like it in this way and not that way, and just sort of like be able to effectively articulate myself as well. I think that's been a good thing.
Yeah, it is definitely something that, like you said before, like you watch yourself and you're able to kind of improve upon yourself, and then also it kind of helps you to gain more confidence and improve upon like a skill level, which is cool. Because I'm sure you feel the same, but like from your first video to like your videos now, I'm sure you feel like your editing is better, like your music choices are better, your confidence on camera is better.
Yeah, and it's also for me it's like another way of being creative. It's a different type of creativity that you can explore and just have fun with, and you can try and I love for me I'm like I think it's really important, like a big thing in British culture, at least like music.
Oh, sure.
Everyone sort of like has similar upbringing or the same in England, in the north of England at least. So people really bond over music, and I think in America it's a bit more sports related.
I don't know. I don't do sports, so probably like sports and drinking. I think for sure.
Sports, actually, yeah, the same in England. Sports, drinking, and music are like the two main things. One of the very many things that people bond over. Yes. And I really love like a certain aesthetic of music, and I like to match it with the visuals and all that.
Yes, yeah, it creates a more full story, which is cool.
Yeah, it's like storytelling. I love that side of it. You're telling a story.
I agree. George said that he is going to become a monk soon, which is exciting. And then also he says he thinks people are nasty when they're insecure, which I think is totally true.
Yeah, I think the one thing you'll notice, the most meanest person you've met is probably the most cripplingly insecure person you know.
Yeah, I know. I worked with this person, this is totally off subject, but they were like that, and Cassidy, because he's an outsider, was like, you know, this person probably actually is like really insecure, and so it's weird to kind of think that like that person's a jerk, but also like you should feel bad for them at the same time. Like it's a hard balance, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one example I could give is, for example, a main one in Japan at least is Japanese ability. I noticed that people that have passed, let's say, the N tier and are confident, they're really nice about it. They're like, yeah, I passed, and but the ones that haven't, the ones that are like lower level maybe, they're the ones that are like overcompensating, maybe lying about their abilities, really nitpicking at your Japanese ability and things like that. And I just find like, just be honest with yourself. Like you're at this level, but if you just work hard, you'll get at this level. It's fine. Like don't need to be catty about it. Calm down.
Yeah, that's true. It's like everyone had to start at the same spot, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, so George said about the same thing that we did, like trolls should be ignored, but you should also feel sorry for them. Try Buddhism. We are very peaceful and like to be nice and funny. I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate the sense of Buddhism. I don't know that I would become Buddhism or Buddhist, but
I've become Buddhism.
Yeah, I am Buddhism. One with
the essence of them. We're not making fun of that. We're just we're making fun of our terrible English.
Exactly. Thank you for clarifying on that one. Yeah. What else? We have about like 7 minutes.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm drinking water and
Oh, nice. Yeah. I have 3 things of drinks that I add to my other drinks.
You have like a collection of tea on your table right now, right?
Well, like milk stuff, actually. Yeah. It's really weird. Like if people saw it.
What was the funniest thing you saw when you were in Japan?
Funniest thing I saw when I was in Japan? Oh, gosh.
Or funniest snack you ate or drink or anything?
Like funniest experience, I guess.
Hey, Mara.
Oh, hey, girl, we're almost done.
Everyone comes like at the last
very end. It's because everyone's like just waking up. They're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valley.
Oh, the bowing. Oh, that's right. Thank you. So Cassidy just told me our funniest experience. Okay. So our very first place when we got there at night, our Airbnb host, she was going to meet us, but then supposedly she was sick. And so her mother met us and we gave them a chocolate just to like be nice. And I felt like that's something that you're supposed to do, especially since you're meeting someone new, you're supposed to bring them a gift, right? So Mara said she slept in late, but so we gave it to her. And then as we're leaving, like we had researched before we left and we researched that you're supposed to bow. And so we're like, thank you so much. Like, arigato gozaimasu, you know, and like we bowed and then she bowed and then we're like, do we bow again? So we bowed again and then she bowed again. And so we're like bowing for like a good 30 seconds. And we're like, oh my God, what do we do? Yeah. Yeah, and so
Oh.
yeah, we also like heard that you're not supposed to turn your back on people as they're bowing to you. And so, which I don't know if this is true, but so like we're bowing and like trying to back up and like bowing as we like go around the corner, like she would bow and then we would bow and like like slowly backing up. It was so awkward.
Oh my gosh. I have problems with bowing as well. I'm just like, how low do you go?
That's true. Yeah. George said that too. He said,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Like, are you like, do you have to match the bow or like, are you supposed to bow more or?
I think if you're like going into a shop and buying something and they bow, then you don't have to bow as much as they do. But I guess in your situation, it's more polite to bow because you're staying at a host family. Was that her?
Well, yeah, it was her Airbnb. Like her mom was down, like
Oh,
in an apartment downstairs, but she let us into the apartment, I guess, type of thing.
yeah, it's like George said, it depends on the situation. So I think because it's the hostess mum, she's like older than you.
True.
It's polite for you to bow like incredible amounts. Also in a lot of like business situations. So if you're selling a product or like you're charging money to if you're providing a service to the business, then you have to like give many gifts and bow and all that stuff.
I see.
And like there's this thing at New Year where businesses will send if you're a vendor and you would send people that buy from you vendees.
Yeah.
My business vocabulary is so good. Vendorettes, I don't know.
Congrats.
You would send like a calendar to all of the people that you're selling to. So all of your clients, I guess, yeah.
Dang.
So the place that I work, they get so many like little calendars like piling on top.
Oh my
So just like take one.
Yep.
Take
How
one.
about you? What's your funniest experience that you've had so far?
Oh man, my memory sucks. So I
Oh my gosh.
can't think of any because I always know everything and I know how to do. I know how to do.
Never messed up ever in Japan.
I think. Oh no, I really can't think of anything.
Have you ever said anything weird? Like, have you thought that you were saying one word and like you actually were saying something else?
Yeah, that's happened before, but I can't remember what the word was.
Oh,
I
shoot.
think the general thing was I noticed that from my own culture, Japanese was very kind. I was expecting them a bit more hostility. I don't know why, because depending on what country, like
That's
some cultures are very, very friendly, some are not. And I was expecting because of all the rules and regulations, like the bowing and all that stuff. I expected Japan to be very strict and rigid and like don't speak when you're not spoken to or something.
Oh yeah.
Like don't look at the wrong way and don't be too noisy on the train or things like that. But actually people are very friendly and I thought it was funny that one time when me and my husband were traveling, people would actually like if you ask for directions, especially in the more suburban areas, people would take you all the way to that place to like,
Yes.
here it is, it's right here. I think this old woman once, we were in Nara and we were looking for this bus stop to go to the deer park and the woman just like literally walked us all the way to the bus stop and it was like 10-15 minute walk and I was like, you have time to do what are you doing?
Sweet. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
no, it's really lovely.
Yeah, we had something similar too. Like we got lost in Kyoto and this girl literally like took us to her house first, asked her mom if she could take us, and then took us like to a place to where we could get back. But it was like a really long bike ride and we're going uphill and she totally did the same thing. And I was like, what? You went all the way out of your way. And I was like, can we pay you? Can we give you a gift or anything? And she was just like, memories. And I was like, oh my God, that's the sweetest thing in the world.
Memories.
Cassidy's gonna go sell a surfboard. Bye.
Bye. Oh, it's 11. So should we wrap this up?
Yeah, we should. Yep. Mara, I said kawaii, so I don't know what that means. So dangerous.
Oh, kawaii so is like so sad. Like, oh, it's so unfortunate. I mixed this up because with my friend's kid, I was trying to say, like, if you usually add so, it means like, oh, it seems like blah, blah, blah. So I was trying to say, oh, she seems so cute. So I said kawaii so, but actually means like, oh, so sad, like, it's really terrible.
That totally doesn't make sense though. Like, why would you say kawaii and then
Like, oh, it's something really unfortunate happened to you. I don't know.
oh my gosh, that's
So
so
she immediately corrected me and was like, no, that's not. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
oh my god. Well, on that sad note, no, just
That
kidding.
was an embarrassing moment.
That was really funny. Amara said she also used it on her
Oh no.
coworker's baby. Oh.
Did they correct you, Mara?
She's gonna get that in 2 minutes.
We'll get that 10 hours later, but
Thought I was saying the baby looks so cute, but I said her baby looks pathetic.
yeah. I thought that too. Like,
oh my gosh.
like it's kind of like
So would you say like kawaii desu ne or something like that?
yeah. Kawaii desho.
Desho.
Yeah. It's like she's so cute, right?
Right? Oh my
Isn't
gosh.
she?
That's confusing.
Or
I'm gonna mess up.
oh, just kawaii. Kawaii.
Yeah.
Extend the E.
Oh my gosh. And theme. Do it. Yeah. That's
Oh,
safer.
kawaii net. Kawaii net. Net is also like, right? Don't you think so?
Yeah. Okay. Kawaii ne. Okay.
Kawaii janai? In janai? I don't know. Isn't it cute? I don't know.
I mean, you know way more than I do. Yes, it tracks a
I'm
lot
like
of.
going on a tangent.
Oh
My
my-
Japanese is not that good, but
Oh my gosh, way better than mine. I'm like, we had all these Japanese people come into the store, and I really I wanted to speak Japanese to them, and so I was like, oh, nihongo, nihonjin, and so I was like, are you Japanese? And they're like, yeah, and I was like, oh, steki desu ne, and I was like, oh my god, I'm just saying like dumb words that don't mean anything.
I have one last story before I have to go.
Yes.
Before we have to go. So I was in Hong Kong once, and I went into a shop, and there's this. So I don't look like full Chinese, and
Okay.
I get mistaken for being another race. So oftentimes I get mistaken to be Japanese,
Oh.
and I don't know. I really don't know why. I don't know why, but maybe it's I don't know. So I was in a shop in Hong Kong, and there's this girl that really wanted to practice her Japanese, and I felt like she seemed so like excited, like finally that one. Like I spent all these years learning Japanese, and I wanted to practice it. And I walk in, and she was asking me in Chinese, like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I said, like, "I'm from Japan." As in, I said I live in Japan in Chinese.
Oh.
And she assumed that I was Japanese.
Oh,
So then she
no.
started speaking Japanese, and I'm like, yeah. So then I just pretend to be Japanese the whole time, and she's like speaking Japanese to me. I'm like, I just can't crush her dreams.
Oh, that's so nice of you, though.
Yeah, but I really had to really fake it so hard. Like,
Oh my
God,
gosh.
Japanese.
Are you fluent in, is it Cantonese or Mandarin or both?
Cantonese.
Cantonese. Okay.
My Mandarin kind of sucks because I never had the chance to learn. So
Oh.
if I learned, it'd be very easy. And I noticed with a lot of written material that the Cantonese and characters are exactly the same in Japanese. So
Oh,
if
that's
if you learn Japanese, you'll easily learn Chinese, I think.
that's super. I actually Googled that one time because I was like, there has to be, if they're using the same kanji, there has to be a correlation.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find anywhere that actually said that there was some kind of thing. And then I noticed sometimes too, like even with Korean, like I feel like the Chinese is like the root of like a lot of the Asian vocabulary and writing and all that stuff. And I know Korean is a little bit more separate alphabetical stuff, but I was like, sometimes the words sound the same and sometimes I can't tell the difference all the time. Cause like there's like intonations and all that stuff. but I was like, there has to be a similarity. So it's good to know that Chinese and Japanese they share that common thread.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just saying, like, I got tired of saying I wasn't German.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like faking.
But like, are you German, like, in your background?
I guess she'll get it in a minute. But yeah, I went to a museum one day when I went to a museum. I forgot which country.
Oh my gosh, really?
It was talking about, I think it was in Korea. When I went to Korea, I don't remember, or I don't know. But how they did business back thousands of years ago, between Korea, Japan, and China, they would use Chinese characters to communicate with each other.
Oh, so it was like the Latin of the Asian continent, basically.
Yeah, it was like the common language of the characters people learned how to read. Like how today people are learning English or Chinese is like the common business language.
That's crazy. And Mara said, yes, she is German and her grandparents spoke German. That's awesome.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to count to 10 in German.
Ich. No, that's not it.
Eins, zwei, drei.
Yeah, you're right. Eins, zwei, drei.
That's about it.
Oh my gosh. Chinese characters for Japan used to mean island of dwarf people. Really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Are Chinese people much taller than Japanese people?
South of China, they're shorter. I mean, Japanese around like, especially in Tokyo, they're quite short.
Really?
Chinese are in the south, but they're really, really tall in the north.
Oh, because I know like Koreans are quite tall.
Yeah. I noticed the closer you get to the equator, the shorter you are, but the taller you are, I can't remember.
Maybe
and
shorter.
The further away, the taller you are.
Yeah, because like my people are quite tall. My people. Yeah, but then if you look at like I guess like Thai people are quite short, and a lot of Hispanic people who are near the equator seem like they're a lot shorter too. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. See, you learn something when you talk to me. You get an education.
Right. Oh my gosh, how brilliant! That's awesome. Well, that's probably a good note to end on, right?
Yeah. Chinese characters mean island of dwarf people because they were quite short compared to Chinese back in the day. Yeah, I think so.
So interesting.
Interesting. Anyway.
Yep. Well, yeah, thank you, Natalie, for coming out and doing this. And then thank you guys for tuning in. Mara twice. That's really awesome. And Kel twice for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, thank you so much for having me and chatting about nonsense and
I love it. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Tut also says goodbye, facing the other direction. Oh, and
I'm back.
Awesome. Sorry for being the last fact of the day. No, that was awesome. That was a good note to end on. I think that was perfect. Yeah, I think we're.
Bye.
That Japan used to be known as the dwarf people.
Yes, we just learned that.
Yep.
That Japan used to be land of the dwarves in Chinese writing.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like a Yellow Brick Road thing?
I don't. Get out of here. We're still on. Go away. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's peace out then, and we'll have to do this again because that was super fun.
Yeah, we could talk about other things that are less boring. Sorry for boring everybody.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right. All right. So we'll see you guys.
Bye.
You know how to stop it? You just push stop broadcast.
No. How do you do it?
At the bottom, there's a red button.
Is it the down phone? The phone that's red? Leave call. Is it that?
Oh, maybe. I have mine says stop broadcast. So maybe. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll push the button. Maybe it'll be good.
All right, I'm gonna press leave call.
Okay.
See what happens. All right.
Okay. All right. Bye.